won't start for a couple of minutes, so we still have some time for folks to join us. I think everyone who's on has been on already, so I'm going to keep this really short on my end, but thank you for coming and joining us for tonight's webinar. Again, on behalf of all of BISC, we hope everyone is keeping safe and well out there. We're very excited to have Marinella back, and Stacey's here from PIA. Ryan will lead the introductions in a minute, but I do just want to remind people that, again, even though our office is closed, BISC is still very much open. And so please reach out if there's anything you need. Our info line, which is 416-130-1485, is still open. So you can use this as a resource line. We've certainly been helping people with groceries, with medications, things like that. We've been doing taxes for some folks. So if there's anything that you do need, please feel free to reach out. You can also email us at info@bisc.ca. And if you have any ideas for webinars, Ryan's been working very hard, and the BISC team have been working hard to put together webinars, and a lot of them are based on your suggestions. So if you have an idea like mindfulness, which is one that's coming up, was a member suggestion, please let us know, and we'll try and make it happen. But that's all from me. I'm going to leave it to Ryan to do the rest. So take it away, Ryan.
Awesome. Thank you, Melissa. Welcome back, everyone, and hello to any of our new yogis. This is the third in our 4-week yoga series with the Osteopath, Marinella Nesso. Before we get moving and get stretchy, I'd like to take a couple of minutes to make sure everyone is comfortable with Zoom. This works best if you move your mouse around the screen for a second or two, and you're looking for the dark gray bar at the bottom of your screen. In that bar, you should see a couple of features that I want to draw your attention to. There's a chat button and a questions and answers button. Feel free to use either of those throughout the session and to ask a question or clarify something. I will be monitoring the chat and the Q&A throughout the class, and I'll wait for a good moment to share it with Marinella. Marinella will also be sticking around after the session to answer questions. So you can also choose to focus on the presentation and ask your questions a bit later. And as always, we'll be recording the session, so you can watch it on YouTube. I do want to thank our corporate platinum sponsor, PIA Law, for helping us make this series possible. Their support has been vital in BISC's ability to continue delivering our programs and creating webinars to provide our members with important information during this difficult period. All of this would be impossible without their support, and we are so appreciative to have the capability to keep our community engaged despite these circumstances. So thank you, PIA Law. Okay, now to tell you a bit more about our presenter, I'd like to welcome Stacey Stevens. Stacey's practice is entirely devoted to helping people with serious personal injuries. Her practice is restricted to ensuring people injured in car accidents, motorcycle accidents, boating accidents, slip, trip, and falls, have been denied accident benefits or disability insurance benefits, as well as victims of sexual assault receive full compensation. Stacey joined the Thompson-Rogers team in 2006 after gaining valuable experience working for 10 years with lawyers and their clients in the area of plaintiff personal injury litigation. She is a graduate of Osgoode Hall Law School and was called to the bar in 2005. Stacey is one of 3 national recipients of the 2003 Tom Wilcox Scholarship Award for her academic achievements and dedication to insurance law. Stacey's expertise and professionalism have been recognized and sought out in interviews on Canada AM, the Business News Network, and CFRB Radio, and in newspapers and magazines, including the Lawyers Weekly, Law Times, The Litigator, and the Globe and Mail. Stacey believes that achieving exceptional results in personal injury claims requires creativity, dedication, perseverance, and hard work. She is committed to applying those qualities on behalf of all her clients. Although her office is in Toronto, Stacey maintains her small town roots, and her family live in Central Ontario, and many of her clients are from this area as well. Stacey's passion for justice continues through her volunteer work. She is a member of the Ontario Trial Lawyers Association and the Advocates Society and the Canadian Bar Association. She volunteers as legal counsel for the Spinal Cord Injury Action Canada, is on the board of the Central East Brain Injury Association, and is a lawyer with the Family Legal Health Program at Hospital for Sick Children. She has a wonderful quote that I'd like to share, and that no one plans on being in an accident. It happens in the blink of an eye and can turn a person's life into a state of turmoil. The last thing they need is to have to fight an insurance company at a time when the focus should be on the recovery. That's my job. Thank you for doing it so well.
Thank you.
Stacey has the honor of having been selected by her peers to be published in the Canadian Legal Lexpert Directory as a leading practitioner in the field of plaintiff personal injury litigation. And you can find out more about Stacey on the Thomson Rogers website, as well as some other great information and resources on the PIA website. And I'll put both of those in a link in the chat. But please welcome Stacey Stevens.
Thank you, Ryan, for such an awesome introduction. And thank you again, Melissa and Marinella, for doing this. What you guys do and the work that you do for all of your clients and our clients, it's amazing. And the fact that you guys are here taking more time out of your day to offer this program it just speaks volumes for your dedication to what you do. So Marinella Nesso is an osteopathic manual practitioner and a senior yoga teacher in Toronto. She currently has 2 clinics that she practices manual therapy at: the Transcends Healing Art Center, which is an accessible clinic by Bloor and Spadina, and Yoga Space Wellness Center on Ossington, just south of Dundas. Her practice consists of osteopathic therapy, a manual therapy focusing on the nervous, musculoskeletal, and lymphatic systems in the body. She's been practicing osteopathy for 10 years. When not treating or looking after her dog, Marinella teaches yoga to the yoga community at large. She instructs online classes as part of the yoga teacher training facility for new yoga teachers graduating from Yoga Space in Toronto. Her course, Yoga as a Healing Modality, brings teachers into a deeper understanding of breath work, touch therapy, and neuro-lymphatic exercises to support well-being and general health. She teaches weekly and corporate classes throughout Toronto and has been a resident yoga teacher for IFDS, Sick Kids Hospital, and the Royal Ontario Museum, to name a few. There's a great care for understanding health through breath, movement, and repetition of sound and chanting. Marinella is excited to share her knowledge and experience in an accessible way. So welcome, Marinella.
Wow, thank you, Stacey. Thank you for that warm welcome. So I want to make sure you can hear me okay. I know you could hear my dog okay. This is Luna, our therapy dog who comes to work with me at my clinics. And so I apologize if she does bark. She likes to say hello to all the dogs on the floor in my apartment. I'm really grateful to be here. This is 3 out of 4 classes of yoga, breath, movement, and just sort of taking the time for yourself. So thank you once again, Bist, and thank you again, Stacey, for the welcome. I hope you'll get to join us. I think Ryan's gonna get us started. Give me the thumbs up. And yeah, can we go?
You got
we're
thumbs
ready
up.
To go?
Yeah.
All right, we're ready to go. Okay, so here we go. 3rd class of yoga. And what I'm actually going to ask everyone to do is just warm up your hands. Go ahead and give your hands a good warm up. Let me know how you're doing in the chat. And if you have any questions, we can do that afterwards. I'm going to try to stick to time today. So our class is actually going to be 45 minutes long. We'll end at 7 p.m. Okay. And then I'll give you a few minutes to ask any questions that you want. We want to heat up the hands right now, warm them up. And sort of like, I don't know if you remember Karate Kid, but sort of like the samurai warming up the hands. And we're going to take these warm hands and go ahead and give your eyes a nice little cover. Don't worry about seeing me. All you need to do is just take a deep breath in. Feel that warmth over your eyes and let the hands go and exhale out. Give your hands a good shake. All right, I'm going to start off some music. Come stand on your yoga mat. I hope you have your yoga mat out today. We're going to need a block. Any props that you have is really good. If you don't have any props, you can make them up. I've got lots of pillows. I use candle holders. I actually have a mason jar.
Sorry, Marinella. If you can hear me, I think you've been muted.
Oh, that's odd.
There you go.
Okay, am I muted now?
No, we can
Was
hear
I
you.
muted the whole? Okay,
No,
good.
no, you got
Was
through most of it, warming up your
Perfect.
hands, and then
Okay.
you were heading back to your mat.
Thank you. Okay. It looks like share screen has been disabled, so there won't be any music today. Don't worry about it. We're going to go ahead and come to the mat, and today we're going to start standing. Yeah, I love starting my practice standing. Last week we started lying down, so it'll give you an idea that you can start any way you need to doing yoga, as long as you have three things: the breath, the ability to be present, and the desire to move with the breath. Okay, so let's take a deep breath in. And I like to call this the climax. The apex of the breath is where we hold, and we'll hold for 3, 2, and 1, and then let it go. Exhale out. And again, we're going to take a deep breath in, rise it up, fill up all your lungs, and exhale, let it go. Good. Let's go ahead and give our hands a good little wiggle, or fingers, I should say. Yeah, and then circle your wrists, just like that. Try to breathe while you're doing this, and feel all the mounds of your feet connected to the ground. I'm gonna move my pillow. You want to stand about hip distance apart, and you want your feet to be fully rooted. So spread your toes out, root down into the heels. And even just come onto those toes. Come onto your, whoa, try to find a little bit of balance. And then rock back onto your heels. Lift your toes if you can. Maybe one or both. Lift up the heels again. And we're going to do this. We call this a vinyasa. Vinyasa being moving with breath. And we'll inhale on our tippy toes, and we'll exhale on our heels. Ha. Inhale. And exhale. Now, every time you do this, every time you bring energy into the mounds of the feet, woo-hoo-hoo, and every time you bring energy into the heels, you're drawing your awareness from your mind, right? From being able to be up in your head, rooting into the body. So think of all the neurons, all the energy that has to travel. Yeah, and listen, I love these classes at home because if you can't do very much, it's no problem. Just doing a little bit makes a big difference. Doing a little bit is going to make a big difference. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. And then go ahead and root your feet down, and we're going to bend our knees and straighten our legs. That's it. Just bend and straighten. Now, every time you bend your knees, I want you to try to move your bum back in space instead of trying to move your knees forward in space. Can you see the difference? So bend your knees back in space instead of bringing your knees forward over your toes, okay? Because that's going to make you imbalanced. The hips go back, the knees bend, and then every time you straighten up, see if you can lift your hips a little bit higher. That's it. So your bum goes back and you get taller. And I made up a new word 2 weeks ago. The new word that I made up was the buttocks and your glutes. The new word is called glutex. That's it. So you want to activate your glutex. Want to get those muscles of your buttocks really contracting as you straighten your legs. The knees, you want to keep them in line with the mounds of the feet, but not over. Okay, let's do that 2 more times. And again, breathing in and out. So let's breathe in when you go back and breathe out as you stand tall. Yeah, last one. And up. So that's for the hips, sorry, the knees, warming up the knees. Let's do some knee circles, which sort of brings us into our hip circles as well. See if you can move around your ankle bone. Your knees are moving over and around. And let's go the other way. Sigh often. So good and important to sigh, you know? Sighing sort of releases old energy. Come back up. Let's do our hula hoop circles. Keep the knees almost level. Yeah, and just moving the upper part of your hips. Go the other way. Good. I think we're doing really good today. Let's go ahead and circle our wrists. Stabilize the pelvis. Go the other way. Breathe in and out. Good. Are you able to circle this one's hard for me. For some reason, I always have a little bit of challenge doing this one. So we're circling our elbows. Yeah. Try not to get your shoulders in there. Try not to get your wrists in there. Keep everything stable. Just making sure that our muscles are communicating well with our joints. That's it. You're doing good. Let's roll right shoulder. Breathing in. And breathing out. Go the other way. Breathing in. All right, let's do the other one first, and then we'll go the other way on the right side and the left side again. Good. Let's go back to the right. Bring your shoulder forward. Good. And let's do the other one. Good. Let's do some head down and head up. Let's do that about 5 times. Now listen. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. And exhale, look down. Any chance that you can look up a little bit more, lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades and squeeze your elbows back. Squeeze your shoulders and your elbows way back in space and stretch your arms back behind you. And breathe in, level out your head, gaze straight out in front of you. Navel pulls in, kneecaps lift. And just hold here. Try and just squeeze your hands towards each other. Trying to squeeze your hands towards each other. Roll the shoulders back. Navel draws up and in. Big breath in here. Exhale, release the hands. Good. All right, we're going to take ear to the right side. And ear to the left side. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Remember, we have nowhere to go right now. We have nothing to do. Just finding our breath. And connecting our breath with movement. One more thing we're going to do before we move into a little bit more of a deeper practice is we're going to do something called neurolymphatic pulsing, okay? Neurolymphatic pulsing. I love this. I love this. This is tapping on some of our energy points around the body. Let's go one more time on the left side. We're going to come back to center. Again, make your body nice and stable, feet hip distance apart. Take your first 2 fingers. You're going to take them along the collarbone, just along the collarbone here. You're going to tap. And I'm using only my first 2 fingers. And I'm tapping very close to the center of my sternum. Excuse me. And start to go out. Right to almost the shoulder heads, but not totally, and come back in. Now, here's the thing. We've got some neurolymphatic points that belong to the meridian line. So we're starting to talk about Eastern medicine, Eastern science of the body. And so tapping in and tapping out. Navel pulls in, breathing fully, enjoying your breath. And now let's bring those fingers closer to the center and go down the sternum. Just gentle taps. Yeah, this is in the energetic world, this is your solar plexus. It's also where lymphatics, a big lymph node lives called the sternochyly. And so we're just going to tap around the bottom of our ribs, wake up our diaphragm. I like this one because it's kind of monkeyish. So you bring your arms out to the side. Right? You got that? Are you able to make that sound with me? Oh, come on. Give it a try. It's kind of fun. You got it. I'm back. Good. Let's do it one more time. Tapping with our first 2 fingers across and around the bottom part of our diaphragm. I'm going to get you to round your back and arch, and round and arch. Nice. Bend your knees. Place your hands onto your knees. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to round and arch. Do that with me. Round and arch. So as you round your back, you're exhaling. And as you inhale, arch your back, breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Think that every time you exhale, you're giving your body an opportunity for the next inhale breath, the next breath in, to be full, bigger, better. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Let's do one more time. Stay in the inhalation, but now pull your belly up, draw your hips back even more, and reach your arms forward. Go ahead and extend the arms all the way up, lengthening and sitting back. Now, let's see how much you can do this. Lift up out of your toes. Draw your hips back a little bit more. Stretch your knuckles, stretch your fingers. Lift the chest a little bit. Drop the hips back a little bit more. Let's warm up those hips. Let's warm up those thighs. Another deep breath in. Exhale, straighten up, get nice and tall. Inhale, bring the arms up towards the sky. And just exhale, release the hands. Good. Keep the hips stable, the legs strong and straight, the kneecaps lifted, the arms go forward. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's do 4 of those. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. And now as you're bringing the arms down, bring your knees, bend the knees, bring your hips back. And now let's do it. Inhale up. And you're going to straighten up. Your legs get straight. Exhale. Good. Let's add it in. Inhale up. Knees bend. Exhale. Stand straight. Arms go slightly back. Inhale up. Exhale back. 3 more. Inhale up. Loosening up the rib cage, loosening up the shoulders. Inhale, you lift your arms, you bend your knees. Exhale, you straighten your legs, the arms go back. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, squeeze your glutes, right? Okay, shake it off. Let your head go. Give your legs a good little shake. Good job. Let's widen the legs a good distance apart. Yeah. So a nice standing practice helps us a little. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to do a standing practice than it is to go onto the ground. Your head, sometimes our concussions can make us a little agitated. So keep your head lifted, might help. And all I'm doing right now is bending my knees, legs straight, and the other one's bending. I'm keeping my toes straight ahead. You might notice if you ever watch any yogis, they'll tend to bring their feet in a little bit more than this. Try to find your balance here. Right knee, left knee. And it's almost like you're skiing, huh? And this could very easily be just a stretch. But what makes it yogic, what allows us to connect, is that we're taking the time to pause and find our breathing as we're moving from side to side. I'd like us to stay on the left side. Go ahead. You're going to bend your left knee. Your hips are going back. Now just be mindful that when you do bend your left knee, that your buttocks isn't going far back behind you or you're tilting forward. Try to stay as tall as you can, making your body upright and feeling the connection to the navel, the connection to the pelvic floor. We're holding this. Our arms are going to come out to the side. And we're going to exhale the arms down. and the arms up. 5. Up, down. Good. Use the breath. Inhale, exhale. Good. Inhale up. Yes, that left knee is bent. Oh boy, is there a lot of energy in that left leg. I'm sure your quadriceps saying hello. Let's do one more. Inhale up. Exhale, arms out to the side. And now bend the right knee. Left knee bends. You got it. Right knee bends. So we're moving, but we're not holding our breath while we're moving. We're moving and breathing in as we bend, exhaling as we stand. In, out. In, out. Good. Can we hang out on the right side now? So go ahead, bend your right knee. Arms out to the side. You got this. Now take a moment to feel like you're kind of leveling out on the right side, but you're not leaning on that right side. You're pretty nice and tall. Feel the energy in the right leg, bending that right leg, lifting your body upright. Breathe in. Arms are now held out. And now we're going to do 5. Exhale. You got it. Inhale up. Out. Out. In. Out. In. I'm actually counting in my mind's eye 4 counts to exhale and 4 counts to inhale. Out. 3, 2, 1, and last one. Inhale up. And now straighten both legs. Arms out. Bend the knees. 1, right, left, right. Very nicely done. Can you do it one more time? Left and right. Keeping your arms straight. Open up the arms out to the side. Now your legs are straight. Your arms are straight. Reach the arms back behind you. And just keep reaching back behind you. And if possible, if your hands can interlace, go ahead and give them a good squeeze. Shoulder blades hugging. Lift up your toes. Legs are strong. Exhale. Fold over your legs. You've got this. Now, if you want to, you can stay up halfway and gaze over at the camera, the screen here. Or you can fold all the way down, your choice. Breathe in. Shaking off your head, saying no. Nodding your head if you can, say yes. Good. One more breath, knuckles up to the sky. And then inhale, let's lift all the way up. You got it. And walk your feet together. Good. Give your legs a good shake. Wow, lots of heat in those legs now, right? I bet you can feel those legs. Come back to the first thing that we did. Tippy toes, heels, tippy toes, heels, tippy toes. You got it, heels. And let's try tippy toes. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. You got it. Nicely done. Okay, shake it off. Give your legs a good shake. Give your arms a good shake. And let's go back to tapping. And so this time when you're tapping, now that your body has got some heat, you can start to feel that the movement is a little bit easier too. Now, I don't know if you can feel that. I hope you can. Go ahead, one more time. Just tapping all these neuro-lymphatic points in our sternum. We have so much information that happens in our rib cage, all the way down, lots of blood energy points. Good, and let's release. Okay, I want to invite you to a sun salutation. We're going to do a very classical style. Bring your feet to the front of your mat. Yeah, walk on up there. And in fact, why don't we walk to the back of our mat too? So we're walking back. And again, it would be walking if there wasn't the breath. It would just be walking. But now that we're doing our breath with moving, let's walk forward. We're now practicing yoga. In, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Let's inhale, walk forward. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, stand feet together. Let's bring the arms up towards the sky. Reach on up. And exhale, forward fold, bend your knees here. Don't worry about keeping your legs super straight. We're gonna go ahead and step our right leg back, and let's release the right knee to the ground. Bring your toes to the ground. Make sure your feet are stable here. Inhale, the arms go up. And exhale, the arms go down. Now let's say you had some knee stuff. Feel free to pad your knee. I'm gonna pad mine just for extra care. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. And I'm using the arms as a lever to getting into the breathing. So up, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it one more time. Inhale up, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nicely done. Place your hands alongside your right foot. Bring your left foot and step your left leg back. Let's just come into tabletop. Just come into tabletop. Again, you're welcome to fold your yoga mat if you need to, supporting your knees. Come to tabletop. You know, reach the right arm up to the sky and reach the right arm underneath your body. So this is what I'm doing. My right arm's coming out to the side and it's sliding underneath, twisting underneath. My right arm's going up. Can your right arm go up? And reach your arm underneath, just like that. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale over. Very nicely done. Go ahead and now come onto your knees and step your right leg forward. I know it's a little bit magic. I've got your right leg forward. Now your left leg is back. And let's bring those arms into movement. Inhale up and out. Inhale, lift the navel away from the thighs and out. Inhale up and exhale out. Nice and easy, calming the mind. Up. Slow the exhale. 2, 3, 4. Nicely done. You're going to go ahead, place your hands onto the ground. If you need blocks, use your blocks. You've got lots of opportunities here. And let's step the left leg forward. Bow deeply into your forward folds. Inhale, rise up, touch the sky. And exhale, palms to the heart. So that was a sun salutation. Let's do it one more time together, okay? You're doing great. You're doing great. Let's just pause. Feel the feet grounding. Take the time just to settle into your body. Your body's pretty warm. Your breath is getting a little bit more active. It feels really good to be in your body right now, doesn't it? Let's go ahead. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Place your hands on your shins. Inhale, lift the chest. And just bow over your legs. That's it. Can we bring the arms back up? Roll on up. Come on up. And exhale, palms to the heart. Nice. Let's do it again. Inhale the arms up. And I like to bring the arms out in front. Exhale, bow over your legs. Drop your head if you can. Inhale to half lift. And exhale, fold over your legs. Roll up, arms up. Reach up, big stretch. Exhale, palms to the heart. Okay, let's add the sun salutation warrior sessions. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bow. You're doing so good. Take your time. Inhale, half lift. Remember our right leg went back, so let's go ahead and give our left leg a chance. Left leg's gonna go back. If you can, see if you can keep your knee off the ground this time. Can you? I think you can. Good job. And if you need to bring it down, no problem. No worries. You know why? It doesn't matter. You're getting to be you. You're being in your body. You're feeling yourself out. It's just really connecting to what you can do, not what's being projected onto you, but what you can do. So if you can lift that knee up, go ahead and give it a shot. And if you did lift your knee, can you do me a favor? Can you bring this right knee a little bit more over your toes? And can you lift that back heel a little bit more? Good. Make this whole leg very strong. Bend the right knee deeper. Inhale, reach the arms up. You can do this. I know you can. Exhale the arms down. Only 2 more. Strong lunge. Inhale. We call this a crescent lunge. And release. One more time. Inhale, the arms go up. Hold the arms up. Lift the chest. Look up towards your hands. You've got this. Even if you fall, even if the knee has to come down, no problem. Place the hands on the ground. Please step back. Okay, let's step back to tabletop. That's it. So now what I want you to do in your tabletop, is I'm going to get you to bend your elbows to your waistline. So why don't we do it first kneeling? So come on up to kneeling with me. Nicely done. And so just bring your arms forward. So this is us in table, kind of, okay? Bring your elbows to your waist. Yeah, and back. Notice when your elbows go to your waist, your thumbs are almost underneath your chest, right? I'll show you on the side. You go ahead and do it again. Arms forward. And when you bring your arms back, your body comes forward, just like that. So now we're going to do this in tabletop. Looks like this. Again, elbows close to the waist. You've got to lean forward a bit. Tip yourself forward and squeeze and push back up. Can you do it? Let's do 5. Squeeze and push back up. Now, I've got my hips in the air, and that's okay for now. Squeeze and push back up. One more. Squeeze and push back up. And this time, when you squeeze and you go down, you can release everything to the ground. You ready? Let's give it a shot. Take a deep breath in. Elbows to the waist. Exhale down. And now release your legs back. Good job. Let's pause here. In fact, let's take our right ear to the ground. Relax just for a moment. Walk your feet closer. That's it. Lift your navel a little bit. Feel your heart on the ground. It's one of my favorite feelings. I sometimes like to imagine that someone on the other side of the world is doing the same thing. Such a powerful feeling, don't you think? That someone's heart is beating against the same ground just across the world. I think it's happening. Good. Let's take the other ear. Other ear to the ground. So you're turning your head and you're just allowing the muscles of your neck to release. The ground is supporting you. Your elbows are still tucked along your waist. Your legs are strong and almost close together. Your belly button's lifted ever so slightly. Okay, now bring your chin forward and squeeze your elbows, but move the shoulders back. Lift your chest. Keep squeezing and lifting. We're almost in full cobra. And if you need to do half cobra or baby cobra, I don't mind. It should feel really good, whatever you can do. And again, don't do this on your own and make it hurt. That doesn't what we want. We don't want to do that at all. It doesn't work. It doesn't help us. Squeeze the elbows to the waist. Lift the head a little bit more. And I'm going to tell you a little secret here. So everyone breathe in and breathe out. I think of moving my heart forward. My heart goes way out in space in front of me. Lift up a little bit more. Look up. Lift your chin. Reach up a little bit more. Press your hands into the ground. Exhale. Release. Okay, friends, let's come back into table. So we'll curl our toes. Press the knees into the ground. Lift your navel. Push yourself back up into tabletop. Walk your hands to your knees. Lift yourself up and let's bring this left leg forward. I didn't forget about that leg. Don't worry about it. Again, take a moment here, see if that knee can lift off the ground. And if it can't, that's no big deal. No matter where you're at, try to make sure this knee is right on top of the foot. Not in front of the toes though, huh? Don't do this. Right on top of the ankle or even just slightly ahead, okay? Back toes curl under. And if you need to stay here again, no problem. But if you can lift the knee up. What I want you to notice in your back leg is your heels up high, right on top of your toes, opening up the fascia of your foot, and then sink into your hips. Lift the chest, navel lifts, waistline goes back. Really straighten that back leg out. Inhale the arms up. 1, and exhale down. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale up and exhale down. Nicely done. Nicely done. Inhale, the arms reach up and they release down. But now this time, bring the arms up. You look up, lift your chest up. Everything looks up. You've got this big stretch. Hands to the ground. Please step forward. Courageous step. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Rise on up. Get really nice and tall. And exhale, palms to the heart. Release your hands. We're going to stand in this pose called Tadasanam, mountain pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Close your eyes. Take a moment to settle. Find your breath. You've got this. You're standing on your own mountaintop. That's all you need to do. Connected to that which is you, incredibly you. Someone tell you today that you're incredible? You are, we all are. There isn't a person in the world that doesn't have incredible attributes. What we do with them is just how well we can manage, you know? So it's okay to be exactly where you are right now. Pause and breathe in and breathe out. I'd like you to open your eyes now. Nicely done. I want you to walk your feet very close together. Even squeeze your heels together. And I think of like a parka zipping up. Really squeeze all the musculature into this center beam, this sort of like this axis, this beam of sorts that we're pulling muscular energy into. Reach the arms over your head. And I don't know if you can see me, but I've got my fingers interlaced. We're just going to go. Now, what's going to happen here is if we're not connected to our center, you know, that beam, that axis, our hips are going to swing over to the other side and we're going to lose our balance. Of your side body over to one side or the other. And you can do this with one hand as I'm doing right now, but I really like the fingers interlaced. Yeah, good. Can we hold the right side here? Squeeze your legs together. Don't let any space come through. Squeeze your navel in. Open up your chest. Look up over to your left side. Inhale, come up. And let's do the other side. Okay, squeeze those legs. You got it. Look over your right shoulder. And come up. Nicely done. Relax. Shake off your legs. Get a good shake going. Good shake. How about the twist? Have you done the twist lately? Get a good twist going. Yes. We twist in yoga. We do lots of twists. All right, come back, feet together. And actually, let's take our feet apart because what I want to do now is I want to work on getting our piriformis, our hip bone, articulating better in the joint, this area right here. That's what I'm thinking of. So we can do this in a couple of ways. Let's do the first one, where we're just going to bring our toes to the inner ankle of the left foot and widen the knee. You got it. That's it. So you know what this pose is called? We call this tree pose. So open out your branches, find your breath, lift the navel up, squeeze that midline, but turn your knee, your right knee out. That's it. Now, if you can, start to bring the knee up a little bit higher, and maybe you can reach for your ankle to go all the way to the top of the inner thigh. And keep extending out. Breathe in for 3, and it's okay, whatever you're doing. And if you topple over, that's okay. We call those fallen trees. But unlike real trees, we come back into a tree form, so you're good to go. Try again. Come on back if you can. I know you can. I'm getting wobbly. You get wobbly too. It's all for fun. And then let it go. Knee comes in and release. Good job. If we were in the room together, I'd ask for a high five. So give me one anyways. High five. Good job. Let's do the other leg. Left toes. And I really am just putting the toes almost on the ground. And the knee is, or the ankle, the foot, the sole of the foot is squeezing into my shin. And the reason why I'm doing this is just to spin out the left knee. This is all you might be able to do. I don't know if you have an injury as well in your toes or your foot or your knee, your ankle. I kind of twisted my ankle walking Luna 2 weeks ago, so I can really feel it on this side. You ready to go up? Let's see if we can. Arms out. You got it. And see if your leg will slide up. And if you need some assistance, go ahead and place the sole of your foot to the inner thigh. There's my ankle going. So you know, we just know where we're at. We're okay with where we're at. That's it. And we're squeezing this foot against the thigh, and the thigh is squeezing against the foot, and we're finding that axis, arms extend out. Deep breath in and out. One more time. Deep breath in. Come on, everybody. Come into your biggest tree pose and let it go. Very nicely done. Really good. Do this a little bit differently. This is more for the deeper joint. I'm going to take our right ankle onto our knee. Okay, and we're going to sit back into an imaginary chair. That's it. You're doing so good. Palms to the heart. Sit back even more. So this is what I mean by sitting back. You're sitting way back behind you. And if you can go ahead and reach for the ground, go ahead and do so. But it's okay if you're just where you're at. For 3, 2. This is our last standing pose, so it's okay if you fall. And then come back up. Nicely done. Good work. Maybe use a block. Do you have a block? If you don't have a block, maybe use a chair. Something. We're going to take our left ankle and rest it on our right thigh. How about that? Get nice and tall. And exhale when you're ready. As you forward fold, sit back in the chair behind you and breathe in. This is really helping to open up the hips. And I'm going to stay right here on this side. Give you some inspiration to do just as you can. Present with what is, breathing in and breathing out. For 3, you've got this. One more breath here. And out. Inhale, squeeze your glutes as you come up nice and tall. Exhale, release. Great job. Use something to sit on. Find a comfortable seat. Yeah. Maybe if it's not a block, maybe it's a pillow. That's it. We want our knees lower than our hips. We're going to take our right hand to the left knee, And lift your chest up. Look over your left shoulder. Breathe in and out. We're twisting. Keep your twist. Look over to the other side. So you're twisting your upper body to the left, but we're looking over our right side body. 2 and 3. Come back to center. Really good. Left arm to the right knee. Twist. Keep the body twisted to the right. Look over your left side. Your left shoulder. Gazing over. Put a small smile on your face. You're doing really good. Ready? Let's come out of it. Come out of the pose. Good. Let's reach your arms up towards the sky. And exhale, release the hands, just like we've been doing. Inhale the arms forward. And this time, exhale, hands come onto the ground somewhere out in front of you. Keep sitting your hips back and forward fold over your legs. 2. 3. And forward folding over your legs, over your folded pose as best you can. Inhale, come back up. And now let's straighten the legs. You're going to straighten the legs out in front of you and give them a good shake down. That's it. And let's come out of the block if you still need it because your back is rounded. That makes sense. But if you can, if you don't need it, see if you can sit up nice and tall. Circle your ankles. Have your toes look up. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. And let's exhale, forward fold. Hands come onto the shins. Inhale, lift your chest. Brighten up your chest, really nice and big. Exhale, bow over your legs. And for 3. And 2. You've got this. Close your eyes. Enjoy how the nervous system settles. I get you to come back up. Go ahead and widen your feet now. As wide as the yoga mat. And turn your legs in and out a few times. Yeah. And start to use your hands to roll down if you need to. We're going to come to lying down into our last pose for today called Shavasanam. Corpse pose, actually. So go ahead and roll on down. Let your arms and your elbows be wider than your shoulders. Your wrists wider than your elbows. And take a moment to close your eyes, relax your tongue. It's so quick, right? And 45 minutes, 50 minutes goes by so quickly. And think of all the work that you've done to connect your body to your breath and to your mind. You can feel the flow moving, much more grace. Let your breath be free. Even breathe into your belly. So go ahead, everyone, make your belly really big and bright. Fill it up like a Buddha belly. And shake off your shoulders and, even shake your head no a couple of times. And then let the ground soften all of your tissues, all of your joints. Let's take another 3 to 5 breaths. A few minutes here. Connecting to the very essence of ourselves, our own axes, our own center. I promise there's so much wisdom here. So much power. A lot of information gets unraveled when we're lying on the ground, on the floor. Take another breath in. And a sweet exhaled sound. This time I want you to make a hum sound. So sounds like this. Hum. Yeah, let's try together. Take a deep breath in. You'll notice the lips vibrating, the cheeks vibrating a little bit. Please go ahead and bring your knees into your chest and start to rock from side to side. Maybe rock a little bit forward and back. Maybe rock up to sitting if you can. Can you do that? And rock back. Rock up to sitting again. Good job. Rock back. Rock up to sitting one more time. And then rock back. Bring your legs straight up towards the sky. And bring your arms up towards your toes. And just let everything come back to the blood, to the center, to the chest, to the sternum, to the abdomen. Letting the legs and the arms drain. This is a great way of resetting the whole body because all of the blood is coming into the nervous system, into the central body. And then bend your knees. Take your arm over your head, make it a little pillow. So you're going to turn to face me, the camera. So I'm not sure if it's your left arm or your right arm, but we're going to go ahead and come onto our side body. I want you to use your top hand and you're going to press into the ground, lift yourself up. You got it. We're back at sitting. If you need a pillow again, something to lift your hips, go ahead and do so. And if sitting in cross-legged pose doesn't feel amazing, just sit with your legs out. It doesn't really matter. None of it really matters except the ability to tap into what you can do. And out of that place of what you can do today and acknowledging what you can do today, you're giving your body the neurons, the capacity, the electrons to sharpen and get excited to maybe do a little bit more tomorrow. Or just do what you could today. I have a yoga teacher that says, never judge your yoga practice based on what you did yesterday. It was a different day. Let's take a few minutes pausing and connecting to my favorite part of the yoga practice, which is to sit, not in meditation, although it kind of is. The secret is that it is, but it's not. I just want you to sit and I want you to wake up. I want you to wake up your inner child, your inner awe. I want you to get excited about being here right now. Just pause for a moment. And I want you to recognize the splendor that is you. Oh. Yeah. Luna recognizes the splendor of the people outside of our apartment in the hallway. So it is customary at the end of a yoga practice for us to acknowledge. I'd like to acknowledge you and all the incredibleness that makes up you. And the phrase that we use is a Sanskrit phrase, and it's namaste. The spirit in me, the the thing that makes me incredible that you might be saying is also what makes you incredible. Yeah. And it's customary that the palms come to the heart, and then the forehead comes to the fingertips as we bow into that acknowledgement. So, my friends from this, namaste. Really good to have you here today.
Awesome. Thank you, Marinella. That was a wonderful class. I'm wondering what my glutox and the neurons in my glutox are going to be telling me tomorrow.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you. That was a wonderful
Happy that
class.
Thank you. Good to have you and part of the group. And I really have to say, it's been such a pleasure being here on Monday nights with you guys.
Thanks, Mare. That's awesome.
Do we have any questions? Is there anyone out there that has any questions for me? We had a great question last week about the knees, supporting the knees a little bit more this week. And any special requests for next week, or anything that you want to share? Maybe you have an experience that you want to share with us right now.
So Marinella, we did just get a question.
Okay.
One of our members is new to yoga, and they're wondering how often they should practice.
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know about how often, but I think about the length of time. So I think a daily practice of 10, 15 minutes a day, building up to 45 minutes or even an hour at best. But really just to find time to get on your yoga mat and do some movement or even some breathing exercises. In the beginning, I actually had to put a timer on so that I would stick to my mat, because my mind is so, wants to jump from one thing to the other. So I had to put my timer on, and I was like, okay, that's it. I'm going to stay for 10 minutes. And that slowly builds. If you can, take this particular video that we're making and do it for a week. Maybe set a commitment to do it once a day and see how far you get. You don't have to finish the class, but at least you got the time to get on your mat and you made it that far. And whatever happens after that is really, it's great. The next day it might progress, and that should help.
She says, thank you. There's a few thank yous actually. Yes.
Well, again, thank you guys for being here. I can't stress enough that we can get really caught up in what the yoga looks like as opposed to what the yoga feels like. And yoga is really meant to connect us to that parts of ourselves that make us closer in our neighborhood to the world around us and to each other. So it's a great way of staying connected, because we create space. Out of that inner space, we're creating outer space. Outer space.
That was amazing. Okay, well, everyone, if there's no more questions, we're gonna let Marinella go. We do have one more class next Monday, and if you do have questions, feel free to send me an email at connections. I'm gonna put this in the chat right now. connections@bis.ca. I will get this to Marinella.
Great.
Thanks, Mare.
Okay, guys.
Have a good night, everyone.
I'm gonna come on up and say
everybody.
goodbye to everyone. Great seeing you, and I'm gonna say goodbye to the chat people. Ryan, thanks a lot. Linda, thank you. That's so true. Michelle, take care. Linda, Michelle, great. Diane, Linda, again. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Talk to you
Next week.
soon. See you.